Hello everyone, welcome back to Art a la Carte. I get a lot of messages from you guys asking which art supplies work the best, which ones do I recommend, and if something's expensive, is there a cheaper alternative? As many of you know, the color pencil of my choice is the Prisma Brand color pencil, and I have been using these probably for about 20 years now. Some of these are actually from that original set. I purchased my very first set of Prisma-colored color pencils, I think with my first paycheck that I got when I got a job at 16, and of course have added to them throughout the years. I've done a whole series using Drawing with Color Pencils 101, so if you want to know a little bit more about how to use color pencils, I recommend checking out that playlist, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. So I decided to go through my art store and just local market and pick up some relatively inexpensive color pencils. And originally I was going to do a cheap art supply challenge, but I couldn't decide which one to stick with, so I got a couple of different brands. So this is the Crayola Brand color pencils, and really I don't mind these. Crayola Brand color pencils aren't super bad. In fact, I have a couple of videos where I've done color pencil work with these, and I've already done a comparison video with Crayola color pencils to the Prisma color pencils, and I have that in my playlist, but I'm going to be using these again. So I have this brand. Then I picked up this other set. This is a 24 pack, and this is by the brand Crazy Art, and I see this a lot. I don't know if they have it outside of the United States, but in the United States, this is a really, really inexpensive brand of color pencils. Like this one was $2. I think this was a little over $2 for the 12 pack, and this was like $1.50 for a 24 pack. So yeah, and I know for a fact that the crayons I highly don't recommend. So we'll have to see how well the colored pencils in this brand work. I've never tried them. And then from the Dollar Tree, I got this brand, which is Liqui Mark color pencils, and there's 10 of them in here. So I have these three brands. And I was going to go ahead and do a review on these three color pencils and do a picture with each three of these and see what I kind of think about them. And then a little while ago, one of you guys asked me to review some color pencils that they had and sent them to me, and I tried them out, and I thought I would go ahead and include what I thought about those in this video as well. So it's this brand right here, which is Refine Microfine Art. These ones are from China. So yeah, I think there's 24 in here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of my thoughts on all three of these brands. So I know these three you guys can get in the United States. I don't know if you have to special order this brand or not. So let's get to coloring. So to do this comparison, I went ahead and drew up this eye and then printed it out multiple times on this piece of paper, and I'll have one eye for each of the different color pencils that I'm going to be using. So the first one I'm going to try out is the Crayola brand. I'll do this one eye here. Okay, so let's first talk about the Crayola one. It worked exactly the way I thought the Crayola pencils would work, which has, fairly good color. I'm using a cardstock so that it's not a really rough material. If I used a rougher piece of paper, I think it would pick up a little bit darker of the pigment. A cheaper brand of color pencil, you can really kind of scrub that color on top of there. The thing was that there wasn't a lot of selection for colors. I mean, I did only get the 12 pack. So I think if you were interested in investing in some color pencils, I would definitely look for the 24 pack, or I've even seen them come in a 50 pack. That way you can get some grays, some different kinds of flesh tones. I mean, really the only flesh tone I really had to work with was this brown. And then be able to mix that in with some other colors. So being able to get some other flesh tones would really have caused that to be more helpful. But yeah, I don't mind working with these if this was all I had. Definitely Crayola color pencils aren't that bad. So let's move on to our next eye. And for this one, I'm going to use the Dollar Tree brand that I got, which has even less limited color palette, with only 10 colors. This is probably the one that I have less hope for as far as, coloring abilities and quality and stuff like that. So yeah, let's try it out. So this was, again, the Dollar Tree brand, and I definitely felt a difference. So let me give you a comparison between the Crayola eye and the Dollar Tree eye, and you can definitely see the difference. So really trying to match up all of the coloring exactly the same, and it wasn't that they had limited color. As you can see, the layering on this is nearly impossible. So immediately when I began to apply the color pencil on there, it just got really like crumbly and was not sticking to the paper at all. And even just over one swipe with a light texture, you go over it to darken it in and it wouldn't even hold any more pigment at all. Probably the black was the best, but even if you look at the difference between this black and that black, I mean, you can see a huge difference between the two of them. But this one was probably the most pigmented. I mean, I pushed as hard as I could to get this shadow in the iris, and as you can see, that's all I could get. So my opinion on the Dollar Tree brand of color pencils is definitely don't waste your money on them. It's really going to be just a frustrating art material. So let's move on to our third eye, and the Crazy Art supplies. And I'm really curious about these since I've never used this brand of color pencils before. So I'm excited to see how well they work. And as you can see, this is a 24 pack. So there is lots of really cool colors. I don't know about you, but this is like one of the best sites ever. I love fresh art supplies still in the box. So I finished up this picture again with the Crazy Art color pencils, and I have to say I liked them much better than I did the Dollar Tree brand, but definitely not nearly as much as I like the Crayola. So one plus was that there were a lot more color options, being that there are 24. So with that said, I can't take that into consideration of why I like this product more. But it was nice that there were some nicer selections of colors. I could build up a little bit on here. They would blend and overlay a little bit better. But still, towards the end, I was still really fighting it to get the color in there really nice. Another downside I found was it did crumble a lot and smear a lot. So I don't know if you can see, but at one point I brushed my hand up and I did get a pretty good smudge. And so I was constantly like down here, always finding little dusts and particles. And I never noticed that with the other two. So let me go ahead and give you a comparison. So this is the Crazy Art, and here's the Dollar Tree and the Crayola. Okay, so let's go with our next brand. Again, these come with 24 colors in them, and pretty nice color selection. I'm excited to use them. So there is the finished eye using the Raffine colored pencils. And I have to say that they are probably, in some aspects of them, are maybe even better than the Crayola eye. So let me go ahead and give you a look. This is the Raffine eye, and here is the Crayola color pencil. So you can tell it has some really rich colors in here. Again, there's 24 colors in this pack of pencils, so it gave me a little bit more to choose from. One thing I did find was the color that's shown on the tip of the pencil here does not necessarily match exactly with what this is. So I had taken, I believe it was this brown here, and when I colored it out, it came out this kind of orangey or kind of yellowish brown color, which definitely was not that shade. And even when I went really dark with it, it really wasn't that shade. So I would recommend, as with any new art supply that you get, that you do a color swatch so you know exactly what the color is of your color pencils. I also found that they gradient into the white of the paper really, really well. So getting this really nice fogged effect in the eye and the whites of the eye, having it come out here was really fun because it really just blended right out well. Layering colors on top of each other, they really mixed really fast. So as I went to try to add in the purple eyeliner down here, I couldn't get the purple to come out. It just kind of looked a little bit like I can really scrub it hard and get it in there, but it's challenging. It really just wants to blend and mix in with those colors. So they're really great at blending together, but you're not going to be able to put two different colors on top of each other and see those different colors. So I found it a little bit challenging in here, but I really like the color is really vibrant in these color pencils. And I think with a little bit more practice and work with them, I could see myself using them and enjoying them. So if you happen to have this brand, I think it's definitely worth the while to practice with them and get to know how they work. They have, some things that are a little bit different than other color pencils that I'm used to, but all in all, I think it's a good investment. So this time I want to do one more eye, but this time I'm actually going to do it with the Prisma Brand color pencils to see these other brands of color pencils compared to the brand that I use the most and kind of see, is it really worth investing money in a really expensive brand, or can you get away with a Crayola brand or an off brand? So let's take a peek. I'm also going to limit my palette. I obviously have way more than just 12. So to be fair, I'm going to choose out 12 colors that are in the Crayola brand so that I can have a fair exchange with the Crayola. So I'm going to pick out just my primary colors. So I chose out these colors here. I think they best match up the Crayola brand colors. So let's get going. The final one with the Prismacolor color pencils. So you can see the Prismacolor is going to give you that super duper vibrant color where you can get the color so dark that you don't even see the outline anymore. Whereas with with some of the other ones, you can still definitely see the outlining from the actual print. This one here, you're getting a really super dark saturation of color. Lots of really great blending. And even though I was limited and my color palette was still able to blend those colors and get that nice rich color. So let's go ahead and pull back and show you all the eyes together so you can take a comparison look at all of them. So this is a really cool shot. It really just showcases all of the different eyes and the different color pencils that go with that. So again, this one here is the Crayola brand. This one is the Dollar Tree. This is the Crazy Art. This is the Raffine color pencils, and then the Prisma color pencils. For those of you who ask me, do you need to purchase the Prismacolor brand color pencils to do art? Definitely not. Do I recommend them? Yes, I do. I really do like Prisma Brand color pencils. Now, before you guys start writing in the comments about all the other professional brand color pencils, there are a lot of them out there, and this is not a comparison on artist grade, professional grade color pencil brands. This was the cheap brand comparison. So before you talk about all these other brands out there, this isn't that video. If you're going to comment about that, that's not what I'm talking about. So this video really is about these 4 eyes. Which color pencil brand would I recommend? Brand I would actually recommend would be the Crayola brand color pencils. I would not recommend just getting the 12. I would get the 24 pack, or if you can find the 50 pack, I would get that. The more color selection, the better you're going to get with the quality of your color option. Definite loser would be the Dollar Tree brand. I think that this would just frustrate an artist. For like $1 more, I got 2 more colors in here and a much better quality. So stick with Crayola for kids, or if you're beginning. These, yeah, I don't know. I can't pull the guts out and turn them into watercolor paint, so I don't know. Maybe Firestarter if you want to go camping. So let me know in the comment section below which of these 4 you liked the best. And if you've tried all of these before, or if you have a brand that you like. Again, this was not a comparison video on professional brands, but definitely in the comments talk about what professional brand you do use. I'd love to hear your guys' recommendations on that. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hopefully you had some fun, maybe even learned a little bit of something on coloring eyes. I definitely got my eye practice in. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.